Been flipped. God damn it. Alright. So, everybody wanted to do some character creation ideas for Skyrim. So, that's what we're going to be doing. I have a notepad open right here. Literally has nothing in it right now, but we'll see that what happens in a moment. And I'm looking for ideas. So, let's figure this out, everybody. I think we're going to wait until later for Nord ideas, though. They are kind of the default option. So I'm just going to switch this one over to a different one. Hey, Gip. Sorry for not showing up last stream. Laid down to rest and woke up the next day. Hello, Chaos. Where were you yesterday? Did you not check the Discord? I said that I said I was dehydrated and sick, so I wasn't here yesterday. But we're doing what everybody voted for today. We're going to be doing Warframe Night on Sunday instead. And doing the normal reaction stuff on Saturday. But I'm good to go now. I managed to work through the dehydration. Get all my everything back together, so we're good on that at least. That's what happens when you work outside for a long while and then you neglect to get enough fluids after that. Especially in the weather right now, anyway.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Thank you for the hydrate, Chaos. And yes, I will hydrate again. There we go. Told you before, Discord hates me. Well, I also mentioned it on YouTube as well. Though, you probably missed that one too, unfortunately. I can't, you know, reply to people directly unless they reply to me, so... Yes, do as you bid, stinker. Cruelty. Just waiting for my rice to finish cooking so I can have beef and rice meal, a gravy with bits of beef in it, chopped carrots and sliced mushrooms beside some rice. Delish. Ay, nice. Alright, let's start with some wood elf ideas, and we'll work our way up, I think. I've done a lore-accurate wood elf playthrough before. That one was pretty fun. But now I'm wondering what other ones I could do for them. This one kind of just leans really heavily into the archery and everything like that, though. Yeah, this basically is the default archer build, really. Oh! Frag grenade, goddammit. Ah! Fuck. Rude! Oh my goodness. Okay. Ideas for what else? Ideas for what else? I suppose this one could be a werewolf playthrough. If you really wanted to. Really lean into the Hercene angle. Lore accurate what elf? You mean eating only meat? Yes! In fact, they were a cannibal for that playthrough. Full-on cannibal. They weren't able to use any plant life for any of their gear or equipment, but they were allowed to use pelts and other sort of stuff. Ended up making them look very Forsworn-esque, and ended up doing a lot of crazy stuff with that one. It's been a while since that one, but that one was mainly an archer build. If I do another wood elf, I'm thinking maybe lean full-on into werewolf. Or maybe werebear. I'm not sure. I think I'm leaning towards werewolf for that one, though. I'll add that to the list. Ba-ba-ba. Is there a dark mode for this? I feel like I should have a dark mode for this. Doesn't look like it. Wait, app theme. Hey, there we go. That's better. God, that would have been so helpful. Years ago. Jesus. Alright. Werewolf Bosmer. There we go. I did an Argarian playthrough where she was named Lips Her Tail and was a violent berserker because she hated the stories. That's really good. That's really good. I like that a lot. Like at first you're thinking, oh, they'll lean into speech. And then they just turn into a berserker. That would be amazing. Oh my god. I'll add Berserker Argonian to that, just because I think it's funny. Berserker Argonian. That one's a pretty good one. I like that one. Do an Orc Wog. Ooh, okay. For that one, I'm thinking heavily lean into Speechcraft for the Orc, and then recruit all the Orc NPCs I can find. Stage a Wog. That would be really good. Orc... Speechcraft. Really boost them all with all that stuff. War. There we go. As fun as playing with stereotypes can be, someone who bucks them so hard they're basically the opposite is also fun. True, true. Orc Bard. Yeah, that's what the Orc Speechcraft one is definitely going to end up being. Well, Lips Her Tail is a in-universe literary character. Basically, Argonian, yeah, where she polishes her Master Spear. The lusty Argonian Maid. Yeah, I know that one. I ended up reading through that, laughing my ass off the entire time. Bear hugs the Goblin. Hey, Lang! Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the hug. Yeah, sorry I missed out on yesterday. I was not feeling well, but I'm feeling a lot better today. Let me think for a second. Alright, so we got the Werewolf Bosmer, Berserker Argonian, Orc Speechcraft Wog. There's other things that we can play around with as well. There's also just character concepts that we can use, because I'm fairly certain I'm going to be using nolvus, so that means I can use the character customization to the max, which means we can just make shit up if we want. If we want this character to be a fae, we can make it be a fae, so on and so forth. Let me think. Smithy Redguard sounds decent as well. I saw this one on a Fudge Muppet vid, an Imperial Hedonist Berserker. So, like, if their patron deity was, Sam, the Daedric Prince of, pleasure and hedonism, right? I was super tired yesterday, I know that feeling. Fair. Also, my version of Lips Her Tail uses hammers only because there would be no penetration with her around. Oh, that's brilliant. I love that. That's so fucking funny. Imperial Hedonist Berserker, though. Okay, so... Imperial... Oh. All caps on that one. Imperial... Hedonist... Berserker. So, like, they get drunk and start beating the shit out of everything, I'm guessing. We could probably lean into that a bit. See if we can get anything that buffs alcoholism in-game. Violently prudish and making it everyone's problem. I mean, with their name being that, that's just fair at that point. Twitch chat needs a bath. Everybody needs a bath. Actually, they're a follower of the Riemann Mysteries, which is said to have Sanguine as a party guest. Really? Okay. I like that. I like that. That sounds like it would be potentially pretty fun, Chaos, just generally. Covers and Curves. You sent a video from that? Alright, we'll check that out in a little bit. Now something for Khajiit. It's been a while. Probably... Ooh, I know. That one's... There's like 2 different breeds of Khajiit that I can think of off the top of my head that aren't just typical Khajiit. There's the small ones, which are a lot sneakier. Smaller ones. They look like typical Khajiit, but they're like 4.5 feet tall. And then there is the other brand of Khajiit that are like 8 feet tall, something like that. It's been a while since I've read up on their names, but they are some bullshit. Home Alone style mage that specializes in the trap spells and luring people into hazards. Ooh. So like using the traps of the dungeons against them and everything like that, or like rune traps and stuff like that. Okay, okay. I can dig that. 1 second, let me add that real quick, and then I can look up what those Khajiit names are real quick. Trap Specialist Mage. There we go. Also for Khajiit, you can base them off of literary characters tied to cats, like the Lannisters of Game of Thrones. Ooh, okay. Lean into the lion theming. Okay. I like that. 1 second. Let me look up the names for these. Types of Khajiit. There we go. Ah, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Perfect. Okay. So, Cathay Rats are the big ones, and the small, more human-looking Khajiit are either the Toje or the Toje Rats. I think the Toje are the one that I want for that one. So... Oh, also, for reference, this is what I'm talking about. The Cathay Rats here are like 8 feet tall, or close to 8 feet tall, and the Toje are over here being short as fuck. Chibified Khajiit. And then, of course, it runs the gambit of, you know, full-on, almost animals, basically, despite them being able to talk. It's wild stuff. And the Cat Khajiit. Also correct. Breton Druid focused on emulating their Reachfolk ancestors. Ooh, okay. So more Forsworn-oriented, worshipping the old gods style. Alright. Alright, 1 second. Cathay, Khajiit, Toje, Khajiit. There we go. Breton Druid focused on mainly Reachfolk. Okay, Breton, Forsworn, but without them worshipping Daedra. Forsworn. There we go. No Daedra. There we go. That's old god style for them. It's pity they don't have throwing weapons anymore, because then you could have them off the Vashtir Berserker from Champions of Northwrath and No Return Arms. Ooh, that would be fun. Yep, I found the sequel to Everyone in McKinney is Dead. I'll DM it to you. It's the end of Meadville, PA. What? I don't know what... Those were words. I have no idea. Oh my god. I might have to look into that. Why is it -78 in Meadville, PA... according to the official news weather reports? What? What the fuck? Oh shit! Right! McKinney was like at 100,000 degrees at one point, right? According to the news, because like 2 different fucking news things were like overlapping with each other, so everybody in McKinney was dead. Oh my god. It was a huge cat man who specialized in throwing axes. Ooh, fun. Furry spectrum. You're not wrong, Chaos. Chibi anyone? Ah. You could also do a dark elf that plays like a necromancer knight under the idea that they're performing ancestor worship of a sort like they did in Morrowind. Ooh, okay. So like fully armored necromancer. Oh, so Lich King dark elf. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I'll add that to the list. Lich King dark elf. Ancestor worship. If we really want to make it more difficult on ourselves, we can make it so that this one explicitly only wants to use elf, specifically dark elf bones. So we're going to have to go scavenging for that. That'd be a real interesting one. Check your Discord DMs. Everyone in Meadville, PA is dead. PA is frozen. They're all dead. The end of PA. Oh, God. 1 second. Let me see here. Good God. Meadville is -78. What the fuck? So I think they just have problems with how... Okay, like... Clearly there's something wrong with their thermometer stuff over there. Because, like, this isn't the only time Midvale has... died. What the fuck? -78. Antarctic temperatures. They're all gone. All of them. Frozen. Jesus. Like Anzi. I don't know. Still hugs and cuddles the cuddle-sized goblin. Thank you kindly, Lane. Death Knight. It's a little cliche these days, but everyone has it for a reason. It's cool. True. And I haven't really done a full-on Death Knight one. I've done a Necromancer Goblin. I've never done a Death Knight run, so that might be interesting. Actually, I think the only reason really unique Death Knight I've seen in a while was from RimWorld of Magic, where there's no necromancy or anything. They just focus on their rage and hate as weapons and become almost unkillable murder machines. Ooh, okay. So Death Knight in a more traditional, oh, I cause death sense. Alright. So basically this is a Metar report. It's an official weather report given by airports every hour. My suspicion is someone fat-fingered A- before the tip, and no one caught it. Ah. So this is about character ideas, lol. Yes, Fletcher! We're looking for character ideas for basically a bunch of different everything, really. So far we have Werewolf Bosmer, Berserker Argonian, Orc Speechcraft Wog, Imperial Hedonist Berserker, Trap Specialist Mage, Cathay Khajiit, Tojier Khajiit. I'm still not sure what their classes would be, but I'm leaning towards the Cathay Khajiit either being a sorcerer, because I think it would be funny for an 8-foot-tall Khajiit to be, you know, magically inclined, or full-on armored up everything. Just make them a living tank. The Tojier Khajiit, I also like this idea for them being a tank, because it would be funny, but I could also make them anything in between, really. They could be a traditional thief or anything else, really. Might make them explicitly a pickpocketer, just so that they have to get all their gear via stealing shit from people. I think that would be pretty funny. Then we also have Breton Forsworn, but no Drager worship. They only worship the old gods. And then Lich King Dark Elf. Dwemer LARPing Nord. Ooh. Oh, so kind of like that one Nord that loves the concept of Dwemer and has that vase in his shop that we beat the shit out of. Ah, I like that. I like that. So they only get their gear from, like, Dwemer sources. So, like, we just beeline it from Markarth and start fishing in their little area right there. That'd be funny. Alright, I'll add that to the list. Dwemer, LARPer, Nord. That's a good one. I like that. Okay. According to the Weather Service, you should make an Ice Mage. According to Skyrim's base bullshit, I should be making an Ice Mage, honestly. Like, Ice Mages in Skyrim, even at higher levels, are some nonsense, unless you get, like, some decent ice resistance. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. Kind of, oh god. Now I think about it, basically the only way to deal with them is as a Nord, or by getting good gear that's relating to that. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Ice Mage. Add that. Maybe... Ice Mage just generally, but what else could we do to spice it up? Make it a Nord? No. Maybe? Maybe a Nord? That'd be amusing. We'll leave that one empty for now. Let's see what else we got. Well, Rimward Death Knights have a passive that grows stronger the longer they're in combat and puts their armor into the stratosphere. Gives an increasing % chance to just cancel any attack. Jesus! Before they block, and that's their defense, their offense is just as horrifying. That's horrific. Warning, real dark historic event. Alright, Wolfgang. Vampire, Khajiit, Necromancer, Archer with a bound bow. Alright. I can see that one working pretty well. It's been a while since I've done a vampire one as well. The last time I did a vampire one was not last Halloween. The Halloween before last Halloween. I did a full-blown October where I was playing a vampire build explicitly in it was either Lorim or Nolvus. I can't remember which. It's been a while, but it was pretty fun. Another one could be an innocent man, where they only kill in ways that leave no evidence, like using illusions or bound weapons, so there's no murder weapon left behind, especially the bound bow. Oh, okay. Alright. So, somewhat of a sneaky one, but also, like, you could cast Fury on somebody, and they would be taken out by their comrades. I like that. So, illusion... bound weapons. Innocent. Until proven guilty. There we go. Dark Elf Thief. Have I ever done a Dark Elf Thief? Probably, but it's been a while, so I'll add that to the list. Though I'm unsure what their whole deal would end up being. Dark Elf Thief. There we go. I know if I meet the Goblin, she would climb me. Captured by werewolves. Stormcloak Indentured Dark Elf Soldier. God, that would be so weird. That'd be such a weird playthrough. I actually like that from, like, a thematic reference point. So I'm just going to copy that. Thank you. Bam. Basically, name of the game is probably Deniability. True. Speaking of Vampire, did you ever get the Tales of Blood and Snow mod? I think it's part of one of the mod packs I'm currently trying to get. I had to pause one of them while I was getting ready for the stream. But I think that one's in there, so I could probably check once I'm done with the stream. It's going to be a hot minute, though. How about the Thug Thief, where you use knockout effects to not kill your foes, but to steal everything they have and leave only their underwear? That would be funny. That would be hilarious. So, like, paralyze them, sneak, immediately pickpocket them, but because they're paralyzed, they can't do anything, so you just keep on pickpocketing until you get everything. That'd be a funny one. Idea, Apple, a thief's playing card. What? Idea, Apple, a thief's playing card. I'm not sure. You might need to elaborate on that one. I'm not unsure what's going on with that one. I will, however, copy that real quick, just so I can do that. There we go. Thug Thief, knockout effects. No kill. No kill, steal everything. Only underwear. There we go. There we go. Only underwear left. Damn, alright. Yeah, if there was a bonk on the head mechanic to someone, you'd use that. True. Leave an apple at the scene of the crime. Oh, so a calling card. Okay. I like that. The main part of the mod is about two rival factions of vampires. Blood and Snow, Blood and Snow. Oh, I think yeah, I've heard about this one.
Hydrant, you bastard! Hydrant!
I'll have to see if I can add it in. It sounds interesting. Save game, Gabo. I would, Jaeger, but I can't, because technically we're still in character creation. Speaking of, we've got quite a few for various ones, but weirdly enough, we don't have much in regards to Bosmer, High Elf. Well, mainly it's High Elf and Redguard. So I feel like we should get something for them. I'm not sure though. High Elf, I'm gonna be honest. If I play a High Elf, they're either going to be the most apologist High Elf in existence, or we're going to play around with the concept of this High Elf being a professional racist. And I don't think there's any in-between you can do with High Elves in Skyrim specifically. Like, you could play with a little bit of that in Oblivion, but with this, the High Elves in the game are just pretentious fucks. And racists beyond, on par with any Nazi. Like, it's absurd. Bite my shiny metal ass, the cruelty. Wait, what if the Dark Elf Thief got caught stealing in the Grey Quarter in Windhelm and then was sent as indentured cannon fodder for Stormcloaks, but start doing their own thing? Ooh, okay. So, like, you start out with the Stormcloaks and have to get away from the entire system. Alright, I like that. About the Peck Mage, where you play a magic user, but you wear the bandit armor that leaves your chest exposed and otherwise heavy armor as a close rage caster, bound, battle axe, and summons. Okay, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. I'll add that one to the list. As well as the cannon fodder one, though I will have to edit them both down a little bit. Control B, there we go. And then grab that one. This is so much faster. Plenty of ideas. Traitor to the Thalmor. That's fair, that's fair. Mysterio Flex, man of muscle magic. You joke. But I did that playthrough as my last Skyrim playthrough. Not Mysterio Flex, man of muscle magic. But basically, I made Noi from Dara Dara, and then proceeded to muscle magic my way through everything in my path. It was great. Traitor to the Thalmor. Traitor to the Thalmor works fairly well. Get them a nice set of Thalmor robes, and then have them just try to prevent all the crazy bullshit, honestly. Thalmor does not equal High Elf. That is true. That is true. We do see quite a few of them that are relatively nice. Really depends. It does not help that the vast majority of Thalmor are just the worst. Oh my god. You got a few vids for us as well, Jaeger? Thank you kindly. The Bosmer I tried at one point did do a Necromancer Bosmer who used a Bambo. But that is when I tried to do a Necromancer Werewolf but couldn't figure out how to make it work, lol. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. There was this... What did I do on that one playthrough? Right, that was the Noi playthrough. I became a werewolf on accident. It was either a werewolf or a werebear, I can't remember which. But one of the abilities I had at that point was specifically, I believe it was from Ordinator or something similar. I can't remember which. But it made it so that I could store a spell, and whenever I power attacked, it would activate that spell. It turns out werewolf attacks that were power attacks worked with that. So I was just casting Chain Lightning as a werewolf all the time with that. It was funny as fuck. Also, happy 4th of July. Hey, it's not quite that for me yet, but it will be that in about 2.5 hours. You could also play a serial killer, systematically kill every NPC of a certain type, be it species, profession, or other random trait. Ooh. That would be such a wild one, honestly. Oh, okay. I'll add that to the list, mainly because it sounds interesting. But also kind of low-key terrifying. What about High Elf descending from the Dereni clan and being an alchemist focused on creating new life, summoning? I like that. I like that. Alright, I'll copy that one so we can grab that and see what's up with that one. That one sounds interesting as well. Sorry for the late join. Hello, hello, Shadow. And no worries. I'm glad you were able to make it. Having fun coming up with character ideas, so. We've got quite a few so far, which is pretty damn good. I did a Brett Mage playthrough recently on Oblivion that I liked. Ooh, very nice. Guess the character, thinking too much. Thinking too much. Thinking. I'm guessing... It's probably somebody with a mentality thing, thinking too much. One that comes to mind off the top of my head would, of course, be Izuku from MHA, but that's probably not the one that you're thinking of. Maybe Anya? No, she doesn't think very much. A bunch of other people, she hears the thinking of, but it's quite the opposite of thinking too much. I don't know. How many stealth archer builds have we had suggested tonight? Weirdly enough, not many. Only maybe 3, most of them with bound weapons or illusion magic being the main draw for them. We actually got a Lich King Dark Elf build for ancestor worship, which I think would be pretty cool. 3 is still a high number? True, but we've still managed to get quite a few different ones. Like, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 different ones overall so far, which honestly is pretty damn good. I played as a mage until enemies got close, then used a bound armor and weapon spell to become a knight at a moment's notice. Oh my god, that was one of my favorite parts about Oblivion. Just in general, that even when you were a mage, you could still do a melee build if you wanted to, which is wild. People are already popping fireworks, though. Yeah, but that's you, Jaeger. They'll be popping those a lot soon, pretty quick, within the next hour or two for me, though. Luckily, we have the dogs all downstairs, snuggling up everybody. Thor, God of War, Ragnarok. Interesting. God damn it, food's ready, but too hot to eat, but I'm hungry, it's tasty. Oof, damn. I will add that one to the list, but we'll see how that one goes. I'm more inclined to play as his daughter, because they basically have the same power set at the end of that game. To be fair to Anya, she lied about her age. She's keeping up with kids 2 or maybe 3 years older. That is fair. She is a bit ridiculous like that. Make the assassin from Assassin's Creed. Fair enough. I'll copy that one. Abridged Goblin Slayer, but Redguard. Ooh. Okay, alright. I like the irony. Wait, in the honor of Mitten's Squad, do a fork-only run. Rip Mitten. Ah, damn. A fork-only run. Jesus. That would be ridiculous. Alright, let me copy that. That's the joke run. I'd have to do, like, so much prep work to get the forks working. Damn. Roleplay the Ice Mage like Mr. Freeze, but Batman Arkham games. Ooh, so just a bunch of ice puns. Alright.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Thank you for the hydrate. 1 second, let me copy that and add it to the Ice Mage lore. There we go. Hydrate. Tell me you remember Mitten. It's been a while, and I might not actually remember that. God damn it. Been a hot minute. Fuck. 1 second. I can smell through the vents. Jesus. So huge heavy armor and massive streams of ice. Ooh, okay. I always like it when you can do more with heavy armor than just, you know, hack and slash. So that could be pretty damn good too. OC backstories be like, chibi time. Well, maybe it'll be chibi time when somebody actually activates chibi time, damn it. I do hear about a mod that lets the werewolves use shouts, but I don't know if the shout soul tear is one of them. Don't know if I'm spelling the last part of the shout correctly. Ah, fair. That one sounds pretty neat, though. People really need to hydrate to get more when I'm not here. Valid. There we go. Alright. I think Kleptomaniac might be an interesting roleplay bit. Ooh, okay. Just a kleptomaniac, and we just leave everything that we pick up literally just sitting on the floor in our house. That'd be hilarious. Jesus. 1 second. Let me grab that. There we go. Gabo, can I get the hammer badge instead of just the sword? Sure. 1 second. Let me just go over to... If I can fucking find it! There we go. How do I do this? Fucking how? Okay. God damn it. This fucking bullshit. Let me see here. If I can find it real quick. Fair dashboard. Stream manager. How do I give you the different badge, damn it? This shit is bullshit! Actual nonsense. Jesus Christ. No, that's not it. Some actual nonsense. Fuck it, I'll figure it out later. Some bullshit. There we go. A Maru's Dagon worshipper that seems to bring change to as many factions as possible. To Khajiit, he's a six-legged cat with fiery red fur that embodies ambition, change, destruction, and hope. You know, I always forget about that about Maru's Dagon. Mainly because of the other asshole in the room that's nearby, but still, I do like that idea. So we'll copy that one. Maru's Dagon would be an interesting one to actually do some stuff with. So you can be good if you're a cat. That's true. That's true. I do hope you are using female characters, lol. You just seem to do those really well, lol. Ah. And yes, I will be. Khajiit has wares if you have coin. Correct, Jaeger. Argonian female, sexy look. Yes. That's what I did with the kobold the last time I played as one. A pity that boots are always paired, so being a weird style of klepto where you only steal left boots might have been funny. That is one of the things me and my brother talked about that a while ago, where we thought it'd be very funny if you could equip individual pieces of equipment, like, oh, you have the gloves, and then the boots, and all that stuff, just so that you could pickpocket those specific items from NPCs. We thought it'd be very funny. Specifically an Alphic. So imagine a six-legged house cat that's fur makes it look like flames, lol. That would be fun. I don't... As far as I'm aware, there's no mod that lets you play as a house cat in Skyrim. But if there was, I would want to do that. Hello, Silk. Hope you're having a good night. Imperial Fanatic trying to become an actual dragon. Ooh, okay. So, like, a Dragonborn that's gone completely nuts. I like that. I like that. Posture check. Thank you very much. Playing Lobotomy Corporation because your suffering is our currency. Both yours and mine. Damn. Damn. I really need to look into this game more because, Jesus, the more I learn about it, the more nuts it is. Plus, I just love Dagon. I have a mod that makes the Razor speak when its effect happens. No Dagon appears to them as an Alphic. Ah, okay. Alright. That's interesting. It's interesting that Dagon, the guy that, you know, started the Oblivion Crisis, is the one that the Khajiit are mostly fine with. That's wild. If pants were still a thing in these games, just going around and stealing those from everyone would have been awesome. Oh, that would be funny as fuck, honestly. I mean, there are certain ones that add separation of, like, chest portion and pants and all that other stuff. But those are mainly specific mods. Eh. But carrying on, I also have one that changes it to a female voice, so I can say, there's a lady in my life who calls me Stud Muffin. That's pretty funny. Lobotomy Corporation is like playing as the director of the SCP Foundation. Damn! Well, you're making some wild calls then. Holy shit. I suffer doing these things over and over again. My definitely not spiteful AI is probably suffering too, because there's no way in hell I can rewind time without consequence in a game like this, and my employees are absolutely suffering. Well, shit. Doomslayer, Nord, or Redguard? I could see that working. Especially with Doomslayer having a ton of melee weapons. Going to ignore that and hope for the best. Is that just you turn? How do you get the white part of your eyes to turn black? Is that just you turning? That is actually an effect I added in a while ago. Technically, it's more pronounced when I'm turning, but it slowly alternates as it's just going through the entire time. So if we wait a moment, my eyes should turn black again in about... there it goes. And then I can turn slightly and the effect alternates a little bit. But it's still there for the most part. How about Chaotic Good Barbarian? That would be absurdly funny. And just us making up a Chivo list would be hilarious. So we'll add that to it, just generally. Hermaeus Mora, follower who tries to collect every book to create a hoard of knowledge to barter with him. Ooh, okay. I like that. We'll add that. I did do a character a while back. It was a Breton, I believe. And it slowly made them become more and more insane as they leveled up. And kept on trying to get knowledge on being a mage. But we didn't really have any Hermaeus Mora stuff for that one. And that particular run was buggy as hell. And horrifying because I was playing Lorim. So it was stupid difficult. Even playing as a mage, as jacked as she was, I was constantly doing death runs where I would have to run into the dungeon, lay down a bed that I would respawn in, and then just speed blitz over and over again, using my strongest spells to kill everything before they would inevitably kill me. It was absurd. But I will add that one to the list. I already did. Doomslayer being a Breton, so his spells are the sheer number of range weapons. Ooh, that's fair, that's fair. I do like that. We will add that idea. Also, one of the things that is a thing with that we can make even better, technically speaking, there is a mod that gives you somatic magic. I think it's called somatic magic. Where you had a certain limited number of spells per day, and you got them back by resting at an inn or sleeping in general, and then basically a long rest. We could use that as ammo, basically, for that, so that would be pretty interesting. That one was mainly alteration magic, but I think we could pull from that pretty well. Saw a mod that adds the ESO Archivist class spells, the Hermea class spells to Skyrim. Ooh, if I can find that one, I will add that to the whole thing as well, so that would be good. I knew the ending before I ever bought the game, so I know the AI hates the player character, and I know why, but even without that, a part of me knows that in a game that basically means SCP Foundation but slightly less horrifying, being able to rewind time without consequence has to be a lie, so even when I know what's going on, I'd suspect something wrong immediately, even if I didn't know the ending. Damn, that sounds fucking rough. Holy shit. That sounds like a nuts game. Oh my gosh. Shame modded Hermaeus Mora. Armor is either naked with tentacles or armor but green. Yeah, that did happen for one of my characters a while ago. I can't remember which one, though. It's been a while, and I can't remember which character I ended up using that with. It wasn't for long, but it was around for a hot second. I ended up switching to a different armor set quite quickly. Hope the Goblin remembers my birthday on October 24th. Well, I hope so too, Lane. Also, damn, October 24th? Pretty close to Halloween. Bomber Gear Only Warrior. Sounds like an interesting, fun one. Bug Gear Warrior. We'll add that to the list. There we go. Dark Elf Akavir Weeb, basically katanas and such. That'd be funny. That would be funny. So Dark Elf that got really into the Akavir and all that crazy stuff that they were doing. Did you guys know that the original versions of the blades were actually Naga people that were just helping out the Emperor and ended up joining up with him and doing all that stuff with guarding him? I always found that is such a weird little tidbit, and I wish they still existed in lore. Not like in lore, but like in universe as a thing you could play as. That would be cool as fuck. Oh no, poor Aldo and Magic. Do you reel what to give the chaotic good barbarian the ability to shout? Fair. Oh yeah, the game is literally made to force you to become a callous person who spends the lives of your employees like change and rewinds over and over and over to find your perfect run, while slowly becoming desensitized to the many, many corpses you leave behind you. Damn! The game is purpose-built to make you go kinda nuts. Jesus. Amalgamate Corporation, there's an entity that starts out blessing your units to heal and empower them, then turns into a judging angel, transforming everyone it blesses into some kind of lesser angel. Oh, wow. Jesus. Almost time for Halloween. Don't come to my house or else. And then rampaging through your base with all your high-level units under their control. Jesus, damn. Samurai? Ooh. I think I could play around with that pretty well. I think that one would probably be a red guard. I'm not sure. I'll have to look up which specific ones are going for that. The blades have the samurai aesthetic down pat for the most part, so I think it could be theoretically any species for this one, but I do like the idea. Yeah, one of them created the Fighters Guild. Hey, you know. Night Goblin, I'm going to bed. Alright, Lane, I hope you have a wonderful night, okay? And Imperial descendants of the Snecks live in elsewhere. Huh. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. That's really cool. I kind of hope that they exist in Elder Scrolls Online so I can go check out what's going on with them. That's pretty neat. You become a hollow husk of a person, all in the vaguest hope of a happy ending. And I cannot and will not tell you if that happy ending ever comes, but what I will say is that the journey to get that ending is so brutally painful to get that. No matter what the ending is, I won't tell you. Will it ever be fulfilling after all the suffering you went through? Yeah, that sounds like a really fucking rough one. Jesus. Imperial Mercenary. I'll add it to the list. Imperial Mercenary. Probably work with that quite a bit. Just make it so that they're willing to do the vast majority of missions and stuff like that, as long as it won't get in the way of, you know, them being a merc legally or whatever. That'll be an interesting one. Naga being brought up reminded me of Heroes of Might and Magic 6, which is like Game of Thrones if demons, angels, orcs, Naga, undead, and more were all factions on the game, and one massive fucked up family was somehow in almost every faction. Oh, wow. Oh, that's nuts. How the fuck does one family somehow end up in the same faction for, like, everybody? Demons, Naga, undead, and everything else. Jesus. Let me think for a second. I'm thinking maybe a summoner build as well could be a good one. But what kind of summoner? We already have like I think we have 2 or 3 summoner types. I found 2 spell mods. One is unique and more vanilla aligned called Necrom, and the one gives you the ESO one in Abyss Tides. I'm gonna copy that and make a separate section down here real quick so I can have that. There we go. Now I have those mods. There we go. Let me mark this one. There we go. Anyway. I found that I love the management sims. Fair. Management sims are pretty cool, especially at the best of times. Big brain time. Rude. Oh, thank you for the Nexus mods items. Thank you. I will grab those so I can have them tabbed for later. Interesting. That could be something to play around with for the Hermes Mora build at some point. My partner tells me that LC is going to get worse. Low-key creaming my pants at the thought of it. Damn! Father has a necromancer aunt who revives his youngest daughter when she's enchanted and murders him before being put to death herself. So human and death faction there. Holy shit. Jesus. Might and magic lore. Every single time I hear more about it, ends up being unhinged as hell. You know half giants are a thing. Yes, actually. You actually encounter one in ESO. And specifically, like, it's mainly a Nord thing. Like, it's mainly the Nords out here doing this shit. So, like, we could definitely do a half giant if we wanted to. Let me add that to the list. Half giant. Not sure what we'll do with that one yet, but we'll check that out at some point. His eldest son is a bastard that has taken refuge with the orcs his father befriended, who are going into exile as political tensions rise. Jesus. Also for the lols, behold Maru's Dagon. Behold a god. Oh, that's fucking funny. They look cute, though, admittedly. On the way out, the bastard son rescues the eldest sister, who was forced into a cruel arranged marriage. She takes refuge among the Naga. The youngest son is dragged into hell and has a demon king fused into his soul. And he breaks out to get some fucking answers. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Might magic lore, man. What the hell? Oh my goodness. One of the people you meet in Sovngarde is a half-giant. I remember that guy, yeah. It's been a while, though. Nord X Giant, really. True, true. And the last faction is the Faceless, which may or may not be allies to the massively all-over-the-place Griffin family. Jesus, wow, okay. Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully. I hope the ads are over, actually. Are the ads over? I'm hoping the ads are over. Alright, let's see here. What's up? Hello, Chaos. Let's see here. They're over. Alright. Let me read what you sent before. I want to suffer so fucking bad, not because of some arbitrary mechanical skill. I suck at shooters and I'm not too good at figuring out a whole bunch of buttons, but because I didn't pay enough attention, because my mind just didn't keep up with it all. That's the kind of challenge I love, and Lobotomy Corporation scratches an inch I didn't know I had. Fair, Silk, fair. It sounds like you would probably enjoy RimWorld, potentially. It's definitely got a lot of that management stuff going on, but it's also a bit of a watch your guys do their thing simulation. Though, you do control them semi-directly as well. The reason all this bullshit has been happening is that the angels have been prepping humans through breeding to use as hosts. The griffins are an extremely successful example of the breeding, which is why you end up in the middle of all the nonsense. What is happening in the Heroes of Might and Magic? What are the writers smoking? Holy shit. Oh my god. You can choose to obey the angels and attack the Faceless, or turn on the assholes, pull your strings, and waging literal war against literal angels. Jesus, wow. Drinks all around. Yep, yep. Also, I definitely need a drink, so give me a moment. There we go. I hear Faceless, I think Slenderman. That is fair. When I hear Faceless, I typically think of the Cthulhu mythos type situation, because there's a lot of things regarding faceless entities in the Cthulhu mythos. Also, Elder Scrolls myth goes so fucking weird. The hell you mean that Dagon in the past, Kalpas fought Alduin to keep him from finding Nirn and devouring it before his time? Jesus. I was not expecting to hear Dagon was low-key a hero figure for a hot second there while he was fighting off Alduin. Jesus. There's nothing to do with the past game, 5 games if I'm not mistaken. Neither does 5 too. Oh my god. So that's not even any lore from like previous entries. That's just lore from one entry. Fuck. The writers are smoking weed and coke. Maybe, yeah. There's a whole morality system called Blood Tears, where blood is moving with passion and hitting fast and hard. Tears is taking the longer view and forgiving insults and injury. The Faceless and Mind Magic are more like shadow-based shapeshifters. The whole holy system in setting is based on elemental dragons and things like that in Might and Magic. Jesus. Just keeps getting weirder. What the fuck? RimWorld is something I would play if I had the time. Valid, Silk. Valid. Yeah. Honestly, same for me, really. The whole also, Dagon claims that as Lord of Change, it is thanks to him that life has meaning. Because it can change. That is some Siechian logic, and I can see why cults to him pop up all the time, now that I think about it. Damn. Damn. Also, the undead follow a massive spider goddess. There's spider markings everywhere. Jesus. Elvis. Hey, getting close to 10:30? Yeah, it's 9:54, and we have quite a few picks already. If anybody has any more picks, feel free to keep posting them. I am going to grab all the vids everybody sent in. Let me see here. Did I accidentally skip past some stuff? I feel like yes, I did. Okay, here we go. Found it. Here we go. And start with that one. There we go. Pause that. I'm curious what's going on here, but also terrified to find out. Alright, let's see here. Next one. Warning, real dark historical event. Okay. Aberfaf scene, The Crown, Netflix. I guess we'll find out in a moment. Captured by werewolves.
One of our most...
Your hunter captured by a werewolf. By a silverface. Oh! Okay, so this is for not Hunter the Parentic. World of Darkness. Here we go. That's gotta be neat. TikTok from Jaeger.
Hey, Drew, can you do a smell test for me?
Pause that. Pause that. There we go. Bop, bop. Bop, bop. Pause. Cute turtle. Let's see here. That's all the TikToks from Jaeger. OC backstories be like. That backstories be people be making for their OCs. Jesus. Okay. I think that's everything. Oh, a couple more. Oh wait, no, those are the Nexus Mods ones. Oh wait, that's the Injure one. All right. And one more for Elvis. Pause. Alright. This is Destruction Solace, twin to Ardent Hope, Morus, Dagon replied. Once I reign over all my realm from this place, I filled these halls with my servants and the trophies of my countless victories. But then I laid it to waste and destroyed all within. But why, Lord Dagon, I asked, shivering in my terror. Because I'm destruction, and it is what I must do. Dagon swept an arm across an empty court. Remember the ghosts, measure the devastation, and bear witness to the finality of my purpose. And when you return to your mortal form, tell all whom you meet of what you have seen. By my hand alone shall their ends be given meaning. Now go. Damn! That's a hell of a quote, Jesus. Excerpt. That's fantastic. Damn. Okay. Cooking with that writing. Fuck. And when I say the undead follow a spider goddess, it's so baked in that their vampires drink blood to thin out the divine venom in their veins that give them eternal unlife before it burns through them. If you think Heroes of Might and Magic 6 is insane, Might and Magic 5 plus 6, The Clouds of Zine, The Dark Side of Zine is wilder. Jesus. You will find out. Okay. Takes place on two sides of a flat world they can straight off the side of. Jesus. Okay. One more vid. Alright. I think that I'm going to call it there. We have quite a few here, so we're going to take a moment for me to read through the rest of this. It takes place on two sides of a flat that you can straight off the side off. Also, the standard training dummy rabbit is what is used to train new managers, your employees who manage the abnormalities that just happen to be like humans and think that it's an employee in the LC. It's super cute and just so happens to look like an upside-down manager. It also just so happens that the Lobotomy Corporation has no moral competitions whatsoever against recycling employees. Jesus. And the ultimate bad guy is a rogue fucking AI, and your last mission is to align satellite dishes so you can somehow turn a flat world into a round one with a wedding ceremony officiated by a dragon pharaoh, not king. What the fuck is happening in that series? Oh my god. Alright, 1 second. Holy shit. They definitely were swarming the tourists, that's for sure. 9 more songs you didn't know were written by Elvis. Is this another AI thing?
Here's 9 more songs I bet you didn't know were written by Elvis.
Hey, mama said the way you move, gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove.
Yeah, AI. Oh my goodness, wow. Some people, they have too much time on their hands with that stuff. It's not, are you sure? Because that sounds like AI. What disrespect to the king. I like how the date-appropriate static makes it sound like Elvis recorded the entire discography on a wax cylinder. Whoa mama, they put me in the animatronic. Elvis Tries His Best is one of his underrated gems. Only hits no number 160 on Billboard. I would generally listen to an entire Travis Scott album covered by an Elvis impersonator. Imagine Coffee being like that. It's a voice. Yeah. I don't know.
Cause you make my earthquake. Oh, you make my earthquake. Riding around, your love is shaking me up, and it's making my heart break. Elvis on the beat,
God fucking damn it.
Priscilla called, she said, oh, this
Oh my gosh, wow.
5 Nights at Freddy's.
Okay, now that I'm listening properly, yes, it is somebody putting on a voice. Significantly better. They're being very silly, though. I got nothing.
I think it's about time that I warn
Damn.
you I'm a hard of you.
It's clearly AI to you.
Only
I'm gonna go with maybe for that one. I don't know. It's a weird one. Pharaoh, he lives in a pyramid. Damn. The way you're leaving Lobotomy Corporation is in a box or a body bag. Welcome to the family, buddy. Damn! And it was a fantasy game. You have a dedicated shoot arrow button. Jesus, wow. Holy shit. Also, Dagon invaded Cold Harbor to free Moloch Ball's slaves. I legitimately got nothing for that. But also, what the fuck? That's something I was not expecting. Holy shit. Slayer's Afterlife. Yeah, the Bunny Island definitely is that. You literally find your way through secret tunnels guarded by death robots from one side of Zine to the other side. It's absolutely batshit bonkers, and it's one of the defining games of my childhood. That was how Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy became Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Is that what their backstory is? I have a headache now. I've turned purple from rage. What is this shit? Oh my god. It was their popcorn? Oh god. I got nothing. I got nothing. What the fuck? Why is this menacing music happening for this? Oh, they can't open the port. They can't open the mango. They're trying so hard. We never get closure. They never got into the mango as far as that's concerned. Oh, let me grab the thing that you sent in, Silk. Pause that. Acceptable Losses main theme. Ooh. The Acceptable Losses podcast. I watch that on occasion. It's pretty fun. I like it a lot. They do a lot of stuff in regards to World of Darkness and a ton of other grimdark-ish adjacent, or just full-on grimdark, everything, really. Pancreas No Work is on there occasionally. I like their stuff quite a bit. Roommates Are Home, anime on the big TV, and doing this with no judgment. Good for them. Oh god, I just realized what the lyrics are. Oh, just out of nowhere. Oh my god, that got me. That got me good. Rare interior photos of the Twin Towers. Yeah, it was mainly just workplaces for a lot of their stuff. Yeah. There is no photos from the inside during, of course, but damn. That's probably a good thing, honestly. Let's see here. I've only heard of one thing to send. It's the main theme of a podcast I like, made by a YouTuber like. And yes. No longer chibi. Invert color, one of them. It was their popcorn. Chibi mode again. It was slightly overcooked. That's what did it? Slightly overcooked? Jesus. Love Acceptable Losses. It's pretty damn great, yeah. New WAD episode on the 31st. Fuck yeah, that's gonna be great. I watch a lot of them already. Good night, Gep. Good night, Shadow. Hope you have a wonderful night. Check journal for the opening cinematic of Might and Magic 6. I'll grab that in a hot moment. Hitting this weekend. Damn! Oh, God! Jesus Christ! Oh, God. Oh, what the fuck? Jesus, Jaeger, you're giving me heart attacks. Oh,
Sure,
my goodness.
but you didn't test it yourself?
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't even try. I've probably gone nose blind to it.
Okay.
Well,
They appear to be dying. Yes, they appear to be dying.
what's wrong?
I'm pretty sure that this is what Jabba the Hutt's ass smells like.
Damn!
Oh, come on. It can't be that bad.
Oh, it's bad. I don't cry very often, but
I've never seen
This
somebody
gets
actually
pretty close.
legitimately flatten
Look,
their
if you're
nose
just
against
gonna
their
be
own
stupid
face.
about the whole thing, give me the shirt and I'll go have Mom test it.
oh no,
Oh,
you don't. You are not gonna kill the person that gave you life. You
damn.
take a whiff of this. It's still stuck in my nose.
Damn.
Well,
Damn.
There's no way this is not affecting you.
Oh, God.
That's disgusting.
Hey, Drew.
Yeah, that's about right. He vomited. Jesus. Their episode on the Black Company has given me ideas. You've seen my writing, so you can be scared now. This is accurate. This is accurate information. You are correct. We will all be terrified, but I will read it anyway. Hell, I'll read it fucking out loud, on stream. Mainly because it is legitimately good writing, but also damn. Then learn that the VA for that narrating character in-game is way more whiny. What? Oh, okay. It was the World Trades Enter, boing. Not grippers, rifters, damn. What that toe made me wince. Yeah, it was pretty rough. Hello, ex-Valist. I hope you're having a good night. Rude!
Ancient and sacred laws forbids the consumption of mortal flesh. Now is not the time to find out why we needed that rule. Alright, pal, do you want Conan Doyle Sherlock Holmes or Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes? I can alternate between bones if you like.
Oh god, the werewolves in this series are just... They run the gambit of eco-terrorist super warriors to, yeah, I think we should rule the planet. Or just straight up being internet nerds, and it's so weird to see, you know?
Okay, so this graph represents the next 3 minutes of your life. This is how many limbs you no longer have, and this is how willing you are to not mention werewolves exist. Now, I want the graph to look like this. I'm expecting that the graph is going to look like this. And if you are still not cooperating, me and some very creative Weaver spirits are headed over to the morgue to get some supplies, and the graph is going to end up looking like that.
So add more limbs to them and get the cooperation as high as possible. Got it! Necromancy it is. Jesus. You excited for the 4-part mage special? Yes, it's gonna be fucking nuts. Also, my food now cool enough to eat, and it's good enough that I'm starting to gorge. Hey, nice. Glass Oakers created the furry fandom, BT-dub. You know what? I'm not surprised. That does not surprise me at all. Probably using it as an excuse to go in war form to conventions, honestly.
Oh, I know. Bad news is you're tied up. Good news is I'm making brownies! Bad news again, I'm out of eggs. Good news again, do you know how many things inside of you can serve as an egg substitute? One of our most...
Well, that last one was a very simple threat. Horrifying, though. Holy shit. The bakers are going to get us all, apparently. Meiji Ascension is underrated, to be honest. Oh, yeah. I'm super excited to see the, fucking... Oh, god damn it. Why am I blanking on this? Acceptable Losses, yes. Acceptable Losses podcasts, Mage Ascension, everything for that. It's going to be it's going to be a 4-parter, though, so that's going to be nuts. Fuck. That's dark as hell for a TV show. Holy shit. Blood is one of them, BT-dub? That makes sense. Covers and curves. What is this?
Damn rain! I'm soaked to the skin. Luckily there was a library nearby. I need to dry my apron.
Those desks did not help. Yeah.
Oh, Marcy. There you are. I've been looking all over for you. Wow. I didn't know you liked to read.
Yes, I do.
I can't believe that this game is advertising on YouTube with wholesome-ish comics and everything, and it has nothing to do with being wholesome whatsoever.
Dome of Imps, great choice. But you're
What
holding
the
it
fuck?
upside down. By the way, did I mention that this book is a portal to the horny imps dimension?
What?
Well, at least they're having fun. I got nothing for that. I really don't. There we go. The main theme is so good for this. Gep be like, you're not wrong. They have some actual TTRPG playtests. It's called Norfolk Wizard Game. I've seen a couple of episodes of that. I really need... Well, not Norfolk Wizard Game specifically. Well, no, yes, Norfolk Wizard Game. I've seen a couple of episodes of that for Hunter the Parenting. Really good stuff, honestly. I really need to check out the rest of them at some point. I can't, stream it or anything, but I can listen to it in the background. It'll be real good. Such a good theme, too. If I remember correctly, last time I checked, the Norfolk Wizard Game for Hunter the Parenting was technically canonical to Hunter the Parenting. So it should be it's not going to have like any real crossover, or at least not very much crossover, but it would be interesting to see like little hits here or there, some of the weird stuff that's going on with that. Hell is real, space is fake, my friends are dead, and the New World Order is trying to kill me. Yes, exactly. Oh shit, the horny imps. I didn't know they were the same artist. Finding legit work from an artist you like is like meeting a drug dealer buying groceries. Kinda, yeah. It is canonical. Damn! Yep is no longer chibi. Someone help. Cruelty. Thank you for cooperation, pilot. You have done an adequate job. I am proud. Oh, wait. No. Better. Thank you for your cooperation, pilot. You have done an adequate job. I am proud of you. You can't even hear these things without feeling hollow inside. It says more about your mental state than any therapy ever will. Would you like for me to reach inside that pretty little head of yours and wrench that hollow hole wide open? There, now. There's that dumb little smile. Good hound. Damn! Every single time you post something, Silk, it runs the gambit. And it's just like, holy shit. That one is, wow. Damn. That is a nuts one. Jesus. I really appreciate that they have this little animation thing going with this as well. It's real good stuff. And that is over. And that is the last of them. For now. Alright, let's get back to it. We have some more stuff, potentially. We have quite the list, honestly. And... did we do anything Argonian related? Right, yes. We did one for Berserker Argonian. But that was it. Opening a magic in general chat? Ah, right! Yes, thank you very much. Let's see here. Here we go. Let's see here. What's this one? My Magic Heroes 6 cinematic game intro movie.
It all went wrong the day our father, the Duke of Griffin, died. Irina was sold to a cruel lord.
Okay.
Sandor, forced into exile. And Kirill lost his soul.
Damn.
Father's death was not an accident.
Okay.
Anastasia, our beloved sister, stabbed him in the heart.
I mean, considering he outright says, oh, he sold her. Yeah, no, that's fair to stab him in the heart at that point. Like, holy shit. I wish I could do a mage campaign. I yearn to send unexpected players to the madness combat dimension. Valid. Alright, these things on a whim. I know, Silk. Still great, though. Make the Argonian a sexy female. I'm making literally every character on this list a sexy female person if I want to. I've been playing as women, just generally, as my main character of choice, unless it wasn't an option, for going on almost 2 decades. I'm gonna do what I want. And that's what I do. Anyway.
I am the Duke now.
The father was press ganged by a literal archangel in front of everyone. I didn't know.
And I am
no, that's
alone.
fair, Wolf. I don't talk about it often, and I haven't mentioned it on stream while you're around yet, so... we didn't have a choice but to wed Irene to the Duke of Wolf. Sounds about right, honestly. Shit's wild. Jesus. So what? This is a 6-way war between the same people that were ruling the human faction for all of 5 minutes? Jesus Christ. They do an excellent job of making the human warrior right there looking badass, though. I will say that. Spider Queen. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They look pretty awesome, too, honestly.
The shadow of death is upon us, cursing our entire family.
It's about right. It's about right.
Pitting brother against sister.
Damn.
But our struggle is just a single drop in a chalice of tears and blood.
It's low-key
An
just the
ancient
angel's
storm
fault. Jesus.
is rising.
That's wild. That's wild. Honestly, that's a really good cinematic. And I kind of want to find whatever Seth C-Tech videos I can about Heroes of Might and Magic. Because every single time I see one, it is just the most unhinged insanity. Let's see here. Also, this is just a simple duel between the Haven human faction and the Undead faction. And like I said, lots of spiders. Yeah, that's about right. Looks like old DeviantArt background. I mean, you're not wrong. The game has a great mechanic where your general has an artifact weapon that levels up as you play through. Ooh, nice. Adds, yes, chaos. Evil angels. You're not wrong, Wolf. You're not wrong. Definitely have that vibe going on with that one. Wild stuff, though. Wild stuff. Alright, let's see here. Quite a few ideas so far. I live! Hey! Welcome back, Chaos. Let me think for a second. I did that one Kobold playthrough, and that was pretty fun. I did a couple of Goblin playthroughs. I think it was a couple. It might have just been one, actually, now that I think about it. I don't remember. Just a couple of angels, to be honest. Kirill, the one who gets fused with the Demon Lord, full-on chases down and grabs the angel that screwed him to have an ageless bride as he rules a place of hell. What the fuck even is this game series? Jesus Christ. His first recruits are straight up succubi, and they form the backbone of his army as ranged attackers. The succubi are the ranged ones. Okay, fair enough, I suppose. Do y'all think Akatosh has a fat ass? I mean, if you want to get technical, we do see Akatosh at one point. So the Dragon God may or may not be considered having a fat ass with this, honestly. I'm gonna go with probably, considering they're about 100 feet tall in this image. I'm gonna go with maybe. I bet Lorcan had, can't be descriptive without it. Avatars don't count. Oh, the instant lock-in. Ooh. Oh, hey, they have an Oblivion remake one as well. Yeah, about the same. About the same. Of course, if they don't count for that one, would Maru's Dagon count in the same instance? I mean, Maru's is right there, you know. Is it Maru's Dagon or is it Molag Bal? No, it's Maru's Dagon. Hello, Gep. Hope you're well. Hey, Fetcher. Hope you're having a great night. Irene, the sister that was sold to the Wolf Duke, she's rescued by exiled Sandor before he goes off to rule the Orc tribes by right of conquest. She goes on to become a High Lady of the Naga. Jesus. This entire family in Might of Magic 6 is fucking ridiculous. Both through sheer raging gall and combat prowess. Damn. Impressive. And then Irene goes back to the Wolf Duchy, kills her husband and his entire family, and now the child he forced onto her is going to rule the entire duchy, giving her control of it. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. Made the Gobbo laugh. I call that a win. Fair, fair. Game is of Thrones style, but with samurai snake people. No, I'm not kidding. Jesus. You're not wrong, and it is weird, though, that coincidentally Skyrim, well, Elder Scrolls also has samurai snake people. It's weird. It's weird that that's even a thing. I'm having a great night. I may have finally, after 3 years of Indeed spamming, found a job. I'm psyched. Hey, nice, Fetcher. That's awesome. The game is of Thrones style. Yes, yes it is. What happened to the gravity? Hello, Jack. And the gravity is currently gone because on Twitch, everybody decides whether or not I stay in the sky or not with Australia mode. It's Australia mode. And until somebody unflips me, I am stuck like this. Warhammer style Sister of Battle. Ooh. Okay, alright. I can play around with that. That one's probably going to be a Breton or a Nord. But I think I can play around with that and get it working. It would be a combination of ranged combat, melee combat, and faith and prayers, for sure. Definitely heavy armor. Definitely heavy armor. If I can get away with it, maybe making them have a bit more of a... what's the word I'm looking for? Power pack style situation? I'm not sure. It'll be interesting, though. Humans are horrifying things when you think about it. Grow up just slow enough to force cooperation, just fast enough to make good soldiers, just weak enough to force innovation, and gets just strong enough for a group of them to be just enough of a threat. Just enough longevity to make a difference, but live just a short enough life to keep them from being stagnant. With just enough magical potential to make any natural-born mage worry every century or so. Humans are the middle ground of everything, and they have no real weaknesses. That's what makes them so dangerously fascinating, all the same. True. Also, great. For that one. If it's a quote, nuts quote. If it's something you made up on the spot, nuts regardless. Holy shit. The Naga are basically Japanese in Might and Magic. Orcs are the noble savage archetype played 100%, 1000% straight. The demons are all about fate and freedom, undead about duty, and humans are defense masters, with literal angels and spirits of light in their darkness. Damn. And healing magic. Healing magic is a must for that one, for sure. Definitely make them all around for that one. That would be a pretty good one, I think. That one kinda is like a paladin archetype, but with the thematic framing for it, I definitely think it could be a good one just generally. Gravity isn't gone, gravity is flipped. There's a difference because you're on the ceiling, not floating around like you're in 0Gs. Something I made up on the spot. Hey, nice. Which is made even more horrifying when something manages to beat them at their own game. True. Shit can be weird sometimes in that regard. It's why I find the, what are they called? Solarians from Mass Effect so interesting, because they have much shorter lifespans than humans typically do, but they also have some of the weirdest and wildest tech everything going on. They're spy masters, they're constantly inventing some random bullshit. It's really interesting what's going on with them. But they're basically just sped up humans in that regard, while also being kind of crazy most of the time. It's interesting to see some of the stuff that they go and do. But at the same time, some of the things they do because they can are very horrifying. They're very human in that way, honestly. Oh, everyone's got healing magic in Might and Magic 6. It's a grid-based tactics game, and your general unit is behind the battlefield and either throwing attacks into it or casting massively powerful spells into it. Damn. 50 more coins and you'll be unflipped. Yay, nice. I haven't been to one of those in years. Man, yeah, that's fair. Like summoning huge golems, mass healing your units, dropping meteors, or blessing all your units at once. That's a lot. That's a lot magical, like, damn. Holy shit. So many different spells in Might and Magic, honestly. I like to think humans as being good because they aren't great at anything. They got the ability to be pretty damn good at anything, though. Also, humans are stubborn. True. Occasionally, you'll come across a human in a lot of magical settings that's just like, you know what? I'm gonna live forever. And then they do it, and somehow everybody's just surprised that they were able to do that shit. It's like, what the fuck? How'd you manage that? What do you mean, how'd I manage it? I just really hyperfixated on it for like 25 years, and here we are. Throat singing. Throat sing? Like Bolivian throat singing? I can't do it. The game is also old now, and as such, dirt cheap to play, and being second or third best at everything is ridiculously powerful. Yeah, honestly, like, if you're... This is one of the more interesting things I like about the concept of jack of all trades. If you are considered average at everything, you can do something at least a bit. Oh, you need to be able to fly? Oh, you're kind of average at it. You're not the fastest, you're not the most agile at it, but you can do it a bit. Shit like that, so on and so forth. Like, there's all sorts of things you can play around with that concept, and I love it every single time I hear about it. 40 more to go. 40 what more to go, Wolf? It's on Mr. Welch's list that he is no longer allowed to make superhero characters whose power is to do everything so long as it's not very hard. It means you have every option available. Yeah. Malavian, lol. Coins! Oh, right. The coins. Well, we're a minute out. But regardless, I think we have a really solid list here to pull from. Though I might need to do multiple... You know what? Over the next month or so, I think I'll do multiple polls. And then we'll take whichever one from each poll and put them in a smaller poll until we run out, and whichever one wins. I think that'd be a good one. Ba-ba-ba. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Jaeger. There we go. Alright. This is a good list. I'm gonna save this real quick. Save. I'll save it onto the desktop. That's fine. Alright. There we go. Hey! A bot got. Fuck yeah. Mediocre Man is fucking scary. Remember, he's mediocre at assassinations and building nuclear weapons. Hey, yes. Another one. Heard your alarm? Yep. 1 second. Let me get onto Twitch. Ba-bam. We'll raid. Been a hot minute since I've raided a few people, so let's go with... I haven't raided Dodger Lily. Jesus Christ. Hello, Meister. I hope you're having a good night, and thank you for the follow. Oh, you scared me. 1 second. There we go. ADHD, human speedruns, an entire aspect of life because they're hyper-fixated on being really good with that sword of theirs. Now they can cut reality with a stick or by chopping just right because their fucking soul decided to become a sword because their sword ADHD got too literal. True. He's not the best at any of it, but he can do it. True. Good night. Have a good night, Wolf, okay? Alright, everybody. We're going to be raiding Saja Lily. I hope you all have a wonderful night. I'll see you again next time if you have the time. I hope you all like hanging out with them. It looks like they're playing Peak right now with Cannabeth. So I hope you all have fun with them, alright? Have a good night. Bye-bye. Good night. Hope everybody on YouTube also has a wonderful time and a wonderful night, okay? Thank you all for hanging out and helping me figure out some builds, potentially, for Skyrim. I'll see you next time if you have the time, alright?